Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? It's Unger to the Max here. A salute to you. That's just kind of become my signature, so why not just start every video like that? What the heck? So I've done a recent string of talking UFC videos and talking WWE videos, and you seem to be enjoying those. But today, we're going off of that track, and we're going on to track B. And that track is taking us to Cleveland Browns town. Because if you've been a long-time subscriber of this channel, you know I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Heck, I've done video collaborations with Ingraven Vids, who is a Baltimore Ravens fan, Gangrene David, New York Jets fan, Sports Live in the ATL, who is a Atlanta Falcons fan, and most recently, Nordcam, who is a Seattle Seahawks fan. I will include links to all of their channels in the description of this video. And each time I've done a video collaboration with those guys, I've been supporting the Cleveland Browns. And as you can see, I am a Cleveland Browns fan. So, I thought it would be fun to come on to the channel today and make a Browns video. Being that we're almost to football season, but who knows if an NFL season is actually going to happen. It's a wait and see period at this time pretty much, but we are in training camp, so I guess that's a good sign. However, preseason is canceled, and we were supposed to have preseason home games against Minnesota and Tampa Bay, I believe it is. Okay, so the Browns went 0-4 against the NFC West last season, losing in Week 3 on Sunday Night Football to the LA Rams, who at the time were the defending NFC champions, even though they shouldn't have been, because that was a blatant pass interference call against the Saints in New Orleans in the NFC Championship, and the referee was just like, I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? There wasn't a penalty. That's pretty much what it was like. And we could have beaten the Rams, but Freddie Kitchens on 4th and 9 calls a draw play? What? Why? That doesn't make any sense. I like that you're going for it on 4th and 9. Don't get me wrong. I like that aggressiveness. But you're calling a draw play? That makes no sense. And then you're right near the goal line and you throw it every time? You don't even try to run it. You're like, that was the equivalent of what the Seattle Seahawks did in Super Bowl 49 when Russell Wilson tried to pass it on the 1-yard line. Now, let me say this. 9 times out of 10, I think that play works. It was just the one time it didn't work was in the Super Bowl. And Malcolm Butler was in the right place at the right time. Now, just a quick note on this, and then I'll get back to my main point. But the reasoning I've heard, and many other media people have reported this as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes official later. But the reason the Seahawks threw the ball instead of running it was because Pete Carroll wanted Russell Wilson to get the spotlight and be able to put him in a position to win Super Bowl MVP. Apparently, he didn't want Marshawn Lynch to get the credit or something like that, which makes no sense. You're the head coach. You're the defending Super Bowl champions. You're trying to knock off a juggernaut, a team that cheated to get to the Super Bowl. And you don't use beast mode? But what? Because you want Russell Wilson to get the spotlight and you want him to be Super Bowl MVP? What the fuck? What type of reasoning is that? You don't call that type of play You don't throw your chances of winning the Super Bowl away because you want your quarterback to win Super Bowl MVP. You played in the Super Bowl to win the freaking game. What? Like, you had this amazing comeback against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship, which was aided by Brandon Bostic absolutely fucking up on the onside kick. But whatever. He will never let that down. And then Seattle had this amazing comeback. And then you just throw that all away by throwing it on the 1 yard line. Great job. So anyway, back to the main point. Last season, like I said, Browns went 0-4. And so they go out to San Francisco in Week 5 on Monday Night Football and get absolutely stomped, 31-3. But that was just the 49ers showing us that they are a legit team. Well, maybe not. We'll have to see what the 49ers are this season. Were they just a one-year wonder, or are they a legit team and a threat in the NFC? We'll have to wait and see on that one. And then Week 6 against Seattle. Oh my God. We were winning that game. What? The offense was working in the first half. And it was a lot of, short passes and running the ball effectively. We got a couple deep passes that worked. But then in the second half, we kind of went away from that. Now, I don't want to take any credit away from Seattle. Because the Seahawks stuck to their game plan, which, surprisingly, for that game in particular, they threw the ball more than I thought they would. I've always known the Seahawks to be a run-first team, especially last season, because they had that two-headed monster of Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. I think there was a third guy at the beginning of the season. I know Marshawn Lynch came in late in the season, but that's not who I'm referring to. It was Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, and somebody else. Again, not beast mode. Because the Seahawks signed Marshawn Lynch after Chris Carson and Rashad Penny got injured and were lost for the season. And then we go to Arizona Week 15, and I don't know what happened. How do you lose to a first-year head coach and a rookie quarterback late in the season? How? How do you do that? It doesn't make sense. But, okay. And then against the AFC East, I believe we went 3-1 because we beat the New York Jets on Monday Night Football in Week 2. Shout out to you, Gangrene David. The Browns are supposed to play at the Jets. I believe it's Week 16. So, if the season does happen, I'd like to do another video collaboration with you. So, hopefully we can make that happen. And then we lost to the Patriots in Week 7, I believe that was. No, I think it was Week 8. Week 7 was our bye week. Which, we should have beat the Patriots that game. I know it was bad weather, but we were able to run the ball effectively throughout that game. But then, Freddie Kitchens screwed up again, as he did countless times throughout the season. And then we beat the Bills, and then we absolutely crushed the Dolphins. So we went 3-1. Let's see. We went 0-2 against the teams who finished in the same spot as us in the standings, because we played the Tennessee Titans Week 1, and I guess the Browns didn't watch the right Tennessee Titans film, because Tennessee came into Cleveland, who had all this hype, and Jim Nantz and Tony Romo were calling the game, and there was just an electric atmosphere at First Energy Stadium. I should know, I was there. I have season tickets for the Browns. Yeah. And the Titans just said, we don't care that you have all this hype. We don't care that Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are calling this game. Because they came in and absolutely stomped the Browns, 43-13. And was Ryan Tannehill the quarterback for the Titans at the time? No, it was Marcus Mariota, who is now the backup quarterback to the Las Vegas Raiders. How sad is that? But you want to know what's even more sad? Is the other game that we lost to the third place finisher. When we traveled to Denver, we were playing against a quarterback who was undrafted in Brandon Allen. And somehow we lost. What? How do you go on the road to Denver, which historically is a tough place for anybody to win? I'll give you that. Denver is not only because the Broncos are usually a tough team to play against, but playing at a mile high is just insane. But like I said, Denver usually is a good team. I expect them to be this season. I think they'll actually make the playoffs. So, yeah. I did a schedule prediction video. I believe I did a schedule prediction video. Actually, no, it was a primetime prediction video. I have to do my Denver Broncos schedule prediction video, so be on the lookout for that in the future. I'm also going to be doing a Indianapolis Colts prediction video, a Cleveland Browns schedule prediction video, obviously, Pittsburgh Steelers schedule prediction video, Arizona Cardinals schedule prediction video, Philadelphia Eagles schedule prediction video, and maybe some other teams. But anyway, so now that I got a little bit of last season out of the way, let's get into the main part of this video. Yes, the first 12 minutes or so of this video were a recap of last season and me just venting a little bit. So, of course, the Browns are in the AFC North, right? So, along with the Browns, you have the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to Ingraven Vids. We play Baltimore in Baltimore week 1, so hoping to do a video collaboration with you for that game, both pregame and postgame. We play the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, you would think that since I'm a Browns fan, I would hate those other 3 teams, right? But that's not the case. The only divisional team, or the only divisional opponent I hate is Cincinnati. I don't hate Pittsburgh, and I don't hate Baltimore. But I don't like Baltimore, and I don't like Pittsburgh either. I'm just kind of in between with those 2 teams. But there are things about Baltimore and Pittsburgh that I like. For example, with the Steelers, I like how they've handled the whole Ryan Shazier situation. They could have been bastards and said, "Oh, you're probably never going to play football again. We're going to cut you." No, they've kept him around, and they've supported him. Like, it's just a fantastic move by the Steelers. And that brings me to point number 2. They are one of the best run organizations, I would say, not just in the NFL, but all of sports. The Rooneys have done such a great job of running that organization properly. They support their fans and, they don't consistently fire their general manager and their head coach. Mike Tomlin's been in Pittsburgh since, at least since 2007, if I remember correctly. I think he's been there since 2007. Because I know he was with the Steelers in 2008 when they beat the Arizona Cardinals in Super Bowl 43, which that was one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. But the Steelers just go about business the right way. They have 6 Lombardi trophies in their trophy case. But you know what they didn't do to win those Super Bowls? They didn't cheat. Unlike the New England Cheat-Reits, whose 6 Super Bowls are not legitimate. okay, maybe some of them are, but Super Bowl 49 isn't a legit Super Bowl title for sure. And I'm sure there's some other Super Bowl titles that are not legit. But all of the Pittsburgh Steelers' 6 Super Bowl titles are legit. They don't cheat to go about. They didn't cheat to win those Super Bowls. They just played good, solid football, and they stuck to what they know. And if they fell behind, they're like, okay, whatever. We're gonna come out and win this game anyway. And I love that the Steelers don't have the logo on both sides of their helmet. Now, I don't remember the reasoning as to why that's the case, but I just think it's really interesting that they do that. Quick side note, the Iowa Hawkeyes also do that. I believe, last I checked their helmet, they don't have the logo on both sides of the helmet, like the Steelers. I think they only have the the logo on one side of the helmet. And the final reason I respect the Steelers is that they have some of the most passionate and loyal fans I've ever seen. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw Heinz Field on TV not sold out for a game, or where fans weren't doing those terrible towels, which, even though I don't like the Steelers, I would actually like one of those terrible towels, just as a little memento. I was actually at a Steelers game where they absolutely trounced the Cleveland Browns, and I wanted a terrible towel. Again, not because I like the Steelers, but just as a little memento, a little memory, if you will, of, my visit to Heinz Field. Because who knows the next time I'm going to go to a Steelers game. Of course, I wasn't allowed, but whatever. It is what it is. I have the tickets from that game. Now, for the Baltimore Ravens, and the reasons I like them. Again, I would never root for the Ravens against the Browns, obviously. Because, again, they're a divisional rival. But do I hate the Ravens? No. Do I like the Ravens? No. I'm just kind of meh about them. Whatever. Same thing. Like I said, it's the same thing with the Steelers. With the Ravens, John Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the NFL. I don't care what you say. I mean, did the Ravens have a magic carpet ride in Super Bowl 40 all the way to Super Bowl 47? Yeah. And was that aided by Ray Lewis, announcing his retirement? Yes. But so what? They won 2 Super Bowls. Now I know Browns fans are going to be like, those 2 Super Bowls belong here in Cleveland because Art Modell stole the team from Cleveland and moved them to Baltimore. Shut up. No, he didn't. No. I'm sorry. I'm a Browns fan, and I don't even believe that. Because if Art Modell actually moved the team to Baltimore, wouldn't the Baltimore Ravens be called the Baltimore Browns? But that's not the case. Because the Ravens are their own team. They have 2 colors, purple and black. And they don't have any of the history of the Cleveland Browns. Everything Cleveland stayed here in Cleveland. Like, the name Browns didn't go to Baltimore. The colors of brown and orange didn't go to Baltimore. The dog pound didn't go to Baltimore. The history of the team didn't go to Baltimore. The only thing that went to Baltimore from Cleveland were the players. Other than that, nothing else went to Baltimore. So I don't totally understand why Browns fans have so much hatred towards the Ravens. I actually have a lot of respect for the Ravens. They are a very difficult team to play against, especially now, because that defense, holy crap, the Ravens defense is one of the best defenses. I mean, you've had guys like Ray Lewis come through there, Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed. Ray Lewis, first ballot Hall of Famer. Ed Reed, Hall of Famer. Terrell Suggs, he should be a Hall of Famer. C.J. Mosley was there for a time. Now he's with the Jets. They just drafted Patrick Queen out of LSU. They drafted Marlon Humphrey. Let's see. Who else is on that Ravens defense? Well, I can't remember anybody else on that Ravens defense right now. But that Baltimore's defense is always one of their strengths. And, yeah. And Baltimore's offense has been up and down. When they had Joe Flacco, it was like, oh, they had a good year. And then next year it's like, what happened to the Ravens offense? But Baltimore had, like Pittsburgh, is one of the best run organizations in the NFL. They don't have a lot of turnover in their front office or on their coaching staff. Although I do remember in Super Bowl 40, leading up to Super Bowl 47, right before they played the Denver Broncos, I think it was in week 15, they fired their offensive coordinator and replaced him, I think it was with Jim Caldwell. And obviously that didn't work right away. But it did gain traction, and like I said, the Ravens would go on to win the Super Bowl. I actually want to get the Ravens Super Bowl 47 championship film, because it was just such a magic carpet ride, and it's just such a cool story of, like, the Ravens have always been kind of this perennial powerhouse team that just couldn't quite seem to get over the hump. And all the pieces just fell into place perfectly in 2012 and allowed the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. Now, some fans, I'm sure, are one fan base in particular, like these guys, are going to argue, oh, that was pass interference on the last play, and Michael Crabtree would have been able to catch the ball. No, he wouldn't. That was a clean play. Now, in terms of other teams in the AFC, are there any other teams in the AFC that I really hate? Yes, the New England Patriots. Well, why? Because they're flat out cheaters. That's why. But is there really any other team in the AFC that I hate? No. Pretty much every other team I'm kind of meh about. Like, I don't like them, but I don't hate them. I'm just kind of in between with them. Now, I support the Chargers and the Jaguars and the Colts a little bit more, though, because Maurice Jones-Drew played for the Jaguars, and he's one of my favorite running backs of all time. LaDainian Tomlinson played for the San Diego Chargers, where they still should be, and he is my favorite running back of all time. And for the Colts, Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, two of my favorite players of all time. Reggie Wayne actually is my favorite wide receiver of all time. Yeah. And in terms of the NFC, the only teams I really hate are the Dallas Cowboys, because they're like, oh, we're America's team. We're the Dallas Cowboys. Shut up. When was the last time you did anything? Huh? When was the last time you did something, Dallas? I'll wait. I'm waiting. Tell me the last time you did something, Cowboys. Or Cowboys fans. Oh, you can't tell me. So stop being so, like, obnoxious about your team. Because you haven't done anything in God knows how many years. Jeez. I hate the San Francisco 49ers. Let's see. Even though they changed their name and dropped the nickname Redskins, I still hate Washington because they had that name for so long. Every other team, I'm just kind of meh about. Although I do like the Seattle Seahawks. They are my favorite NFC team. And I guess my favorite NFC East team, if I had to choose one, would be the New York Giants. My favorite NFC South team, if I had to choose one, would be the New Orleans Saints, because I've always been a huge Drew Brees fan, and I really like how the Saints were able to, bring New Orleans together after Hurricane Katrina. Yeah. Oh, and my favorite NFC North team would be the Chicago Bears, because Brian Urlacher is one of my favorite players of all time. I don't hate the Arizona Cardinals, but I don't like them either. I guess they would be my second team from the NFC West if I had to choose one. But yeah, that's going to do it for this NFL vlog and Cleveland Browns vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Unger to the Max signing off. Oh, by the way, be on the lookout. Probably Saturday morning, I'll be uploading a new video for the Sports Room. So be on the lookout for that.